In a video posted on Instagram, Hana Kobayashi finally speaks after mysteriously disappearing after traveling to Los Angeles in November and her disappearance gaining global attention.
I just want to come on here and take the time to say how grateful I am for everyone, every single person who dedicated time and energy into looking for me. Every day is such a gift, especially after such loss and pain, suffering.
Welcome to We Time Convo. In today's episode, we are diving into the perplexing case of Hana Kobayashi.
Hana Kobayashi went missing for 5 weeks, leaving her family, friends, and the public in a state of confusion and concern. The story took a shocking turn when it revealed that she missed a connecting flight and ended up in Mexico, alive and well. While authorities claim she went missing voluntarily, there are still so many unanswered questions surrounding her disappearance.
We'll walk you through the timeline from the moment she vanished to the twists and turns of the investigation and finally to her unexpected return. What really happened during those 6 weeks? Stay with us as we explore the details and try to uncover the truth behind this puzzling case. Debbie, I'm so excited for this episode because I love true crime. I love a good mystery. I love all that stuff. So when Irene approached us to do this episode, I was like, I'm in. I love this stuff. I actually got really into this case. I came across it on TikTok and going through Instagram reels, and I followed it from when she first went missing, and but the thing is, it's such a bizarre case. So I want to jump into it.
Let's dive in.
Okay. So 30-year-old Hawaii native and photographer Hana Kobayashi was flying from Maui to New York City with a connection at LAX on November 8th. She missed the flight, which caused her family to be very suspicious and worried, but LA Police Department Chief Jim McDonnell confirmed on November 26th that she purposely did not board the plane. On November 12th, 2 days after she missed her connecting flight, McDonnell confirmed that she crossed the U.S. border to Mexico, determining her to be a voluntary missing person. So I'm going to go through the timeline of events, and you can chime in as much as you want. I got this information from people.com, and I did get some information from Reddit as well. So, if you want to pull up a picture of Hana, she's a beautiful, beautiful young lady. I was just I think that's what drew me to her. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking when she went missing, is this human trafficking? You just think of the worst. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to start off with the timeline of events. So November 8th, Hana misses her connecting flight at LAX. There's a picture of her at the airport. She connected with her sister to see if she was in New York yet, but Hana said she hasn't arrived. According to her sister, Sydney, she was trying to rebook her flight since she missed her connecting flight, but the cost was too high. Okay. The next day, November 9th, Hana was seen at the Grove shopping mall in Los Angeles. So she is still in LA.
Yep.
Hasn't left. Her family noted that Hana sent 2 Venmo payments to names that they did not recognize. Later that day, Hana returned to the airport and called her aunt, Jordan Montalvo, who she was planning on visiting while she was in New York, to tell her she was trying to book another flight to New York City.
Yep. And so the next day, right, November 10th, Hana is seen again at the Grove shopping mall. There was a picture posted, and she was also posted on a YouTube video by an attendee. So consecutive days, November 11th, Hana returns to LAX and spends the day with an unidentified man. This was the last day her family heard from her and the last time her phone showed her location. Hana's phone pinged at LAX at 4 p.m. and then after that, her aunt kept trying to talk to her and her phone went dead. It then was confirmed that she left the airport on the evening and boarded the metro with an unidentified man. The LAPD did locate this unidentified person, and they formed a quick bond after spending 9 hours together and walking around downtown LA. They both also spent the night in the Union Station waiting area. Police ruled that he was not a dangerous person. Surveillance did not show any distrust between the two. Hannah and the identified person were smiling.
Okay, so they ruled out this identified person. She was just, I guess, hanging out with him while she was waiting. Okay, so November 12th, Hannah takes a bus to Mexico. At 6:10 a.m., Hannah buys a ticket at Union Station and arrived at the Mexican border 4 hours later and crossed into Tijuana by foot around 12 o'clock. Her phone was left behind at LAX.
Okay, so this is like super strange already, right?
Yeah.
Like, so she was flying out to New York. Her connecting flight was in LA, and for whatever, and basically it sounded like she didn't have enough money to do the connecting flight to New York. So she ended up in LA for a couple of days where she met this guy and she was hanging out with him.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden
she goes to Mexico.
Okay.
Now, did she go to Mexico by herself? Or with this unidentified guy?
No, she was by herself. All the surveillance, she was on her own. And then she leaves her phone. Like, why would you leave your phone, right? So it's very strange. So this is where it gets even stranger. Okay. November 24th.
So this is like literally from November 12th and then November 24th.
I believe during that time there was no, nobody knew where Hannah was. They haven't.
So basically
seen her.
This is her missing.
Yes.
That's the timeline that she's missing. Okay.
Yes. So November 24th, Hannah's father, Ryan Kobayashi, dies by suicide amid the search for her. His body was found in a parking lot, jumping from the top of a parking structure. The LA County medical examiner confirmed his cause of death was by suicide. So this was very suspicious to me, because if you're a dad actively looking for your daughter, right, at the beginning of the search, why would you go and kill yourself without finding out what happened to your daughter, right? Mm-hmm. So this had me believe, like, think of two things. One, the dad is somehow involved in Hannah's disappearance, right? And had some type of guilt and committed suicide. Or the dad discovered some information on Hannah's disappearance and was killed and made the murder look like a suicide.
A lot of speculation here.
A lot, because it's wild to me that as a parent, so early on, your child, when your child goes missing, that you just want to like kill yourself. It's very suspicious, right? Wouldn't you want to know what happened? Or
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like what was your first thought? Why he did it? Out of grief?
No, definitely not out of grief. Yeah. It was definitely like, I was thinking maybe she's kidnapped and foul play, and I don't know, but it didn't come off as like, it just doesn't make sense. As a parent, you're looking for your daughter, and then you're just so overwhelmed that you commit suicide.
Yeah. So December 2nd, Hannah is considered a voluntary missing person. So the LAPD had found evidence, or had every reason to believe by that time, that Hannah, it wasn't any foul play. Hannah wasn't being trafficked, that she voluntarily went to Mexico on her own.
Got it. So on December 7th, an official in Tijuana confirms to People magazine that no one is looking for Hannah in the city. Hannah's family does not believe that she is voluntarily missing, that there is some kind of foul play involved, or she was forced to go to Mexico or influenced by someone to be there. The family hires a lawyer who continues to search for Hannah in Mexico. And then on December 11th, Hannah is found alive. December 15th, which is basically almost a month from the time she actually left to Mexico, Hannah crosses the border back into the U.S. And according to law enforcement, she appeared to be in good health or to be in any distress. In a statement shared by her lawyer, Hannah issued this statement: I was unaware of everything that was happening in the media while I was away, and I am still processing it. I kindly ask for respect for myself, my family, and my loved ones as I navigate through this challenging time. Thank you for your understanding," which seems very generic. Yeah. Which it is.
Yeah.
It absolutely does. So additional information that was found surrounding this whole bizarre case was funds that were donated to aid in the effort of finding Hannah were refunded back to donors.
Which, I mean, is understandable because she voluntarily went missing.
Yes. Yeah. And then the other thing is it was rumored that she had been involved in green card marriage scams in exchange for money.
So I think this is very suspicious and bizarre as well. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people speculate that she might have gone to Mexico was to find somebody or meet somebody that she was involved with in a scam to obtain a green card. I don't know exactly how these things work, but I read a lot that was a big thing in the case, was the reason why she went to Mexico. Was because, she was involved in a lot of these scams where she would, marry people in need for a green card in exchange for money. Yeah.
So the other thing is the family has been radio silent about the whole disappearance since Hannah has been found. So to me, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then during the time Hannah was missing, cryptic and scary text messages were sent to family members from her phone, leading them to believe the messages were not from her. Texts like, "I'm scared and my identity was stolen."
Very interesting. So I kind of went down a Reddit rabbit hole because people on Reddit are so legit and they're like they're such good detectives, right? It's bizarre. I mean, I'm so happy that she was found alive and well. A lot of it I read was that her family was very toxic. They actually blew up the case a lot more. It was a lot more serious than it actually was. She actually was in contact with them, but I think they were kind of doing it for some type of monetary gain, right? I also heard that her family was so toxic that she actually just wanted to get away from them. But she sends these text messages too. It's like her identity was stolen,
but she left her phone though when she went to Mexico. So did somebody else have her phone in LA?
Yeah, I don't know. That I don't know. I'm assuming that the text messages that she sent was when she had the phone, and then when she left it, that's when they haven't had heard from her. But what did she do in Mexico? There's so many questions. It's like, what was she doing in Mexico? Okay, you were found. Why didn't you issue a statement about your dad passing away? She never said anything about do you feel bad that your dad committed suicide or he's dead because you went missing? But I also read that she didn't have a relationship with her dad until recently.
Well, what I know is we don't know enough.
We don't. Sure. Yeah, we don't know enough. It's bizarre. It's kind of like a Gone Girl situation. I don't know if she was doing it for recognition or, I don't know. There's just if you go on Reddit, there's so many things. Oh, she was on drugs, which is why she sent those text messages, and she's supposedly back on Instagram, living her best life at Joshua Tree. Nothing happened.
I don't know. I think we just don't know enough. My 2 cents is it is definitely a bizarre case and we just don't know enough. We can speculate as much as we can. But at the end, maybe it's just a very simple excuse.
Right?
She just decided maybe she had some kind of mental breakdown and said, "Hey,
yeah, I'm going off the grid. Yeah.
Yep. And this is what I'm going to do." And maybe she met somebody as she was doing whatever in Mexico and she decided to come back and there you go.
Yeah. And a lot of people are she just went off the grid. She had every right to do that. But it's okay, but you need to let your family know. Otherwise, this is what happens. Your family goes on the media and thinks of the worst and Just let them know. You guys like...
Well, from roommate parenting, this is her being independent.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, you guys let somebody know. To waste all these resources.
That's right? My thing. I wonder if she has to pay any of this back or somebody has to pay this back.
I don't know. That's a good
question. Or
question.
Do we just eat this as taxpayers?
I mean, the family thought otherwise, right? The family thought that she literally, like she was... Well, I don't know if they really did or not, but there was some type of foul play.
Well, her dad, so she was is she originally from LA or?
No, she's from Hawaii. She's a Hawaiian native.
But her dad committed suicide in LA.
In LA because he came from Hawaii to LA to help with the search.
And he just...
See, that's what...
That's so strange to me.
That's what I think as a parent for me is so bizarre. Like why did you do that? Did you know something? Were you involved? You know, it's just bizarre. It's one of those unsolved mysteries, right? It should be on Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
Is where, you just disappear. Like, can you really disappear and not know that this was all over the internet about you?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, before today, I did not know about Hana Kobayashi. And I'm going to tell you right now, you telling me about Hana Kobayashi did not do anything for me because now it just makes me go, what the heck happened?
Well, you know what?
I could have lived without knowing.
You know what? If it's keeping me up at night, I'm going to make it keep you up at night as well.
Obviously. But no, it's super strange.
Personally, I think that she has some mental issues, and
that's the only explanation I can come up with, to be honest.
She just wanted to get away.
Yeah.
Like, definitely go off the grid and not know that you've been all over TikTok and Instagram and people all over Reddit trying to find you and solve your mystery.
I believe her because you know what? I did not know about what was going on. So I can totally see how she's like, I didn't even know any of this was happening.
Yeah.
But to your point, if you're going to go off the grid, can you just let people know that you're just going to go off the grid? Because people are going to speculate like what happened to you.
Well, if you remember that movie 148 Hours, that guy who got stuck in the
Yep.
Oh, and he cut off his arm.
Yeah, he cut off his own
arm. You know what? I'm telling my friends and family now. Unless I tell you otherwise, if you do not hear from me, I go missing. Never stop looking for me. Never stop. Always look for me. There's something that's happened. I'm a very good communicator. I will tell you.
But here's the thing. What if you're not mentally there? Then you're not going to do it. I can totally see that.
Like, tell anybody?
Yeah. Like I
feel like people would know that I'm mentally not all there to begin with. Right? Like, I think I would tell somebody like, hey, I'm up. Like, I'm having issues. And then all of a sudden go missing. Somebody has had to be like, okay, so she's going through something.
Yes.
She's missing.
Yes.
We need to find her. So never stop looking.
Got it.
Never stop looking for me. But yeah, very, very bizarre case. I think I'm happy that she was found alive.
You think?
I think. Well, I don't know. Because I'm like, okay, I guess it didn't end in tragedy, right? She wasn't like trafficked. Her arm wasn't stuck in a canyon where she had to cut off her arm. I guess that was a good thing that she was found alive. But at the same time, it's like, okay, were you just trying to like deceive us? Was this just for clout? Was this,
I don't think so. I think she was going through something, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was unfortunate that her dad committed suicide and she came back to that. So
horrible.
All I can say is it's probably going to remain a mystery unless she decides to do a book. But even then, people will speculate, is that book even true?
Legit. True.
Yeah. So, but I do wish her well.
Yeah. I mean, depression, mental stuff is real. It's real. And if it causes someone to do this and not be aware of it, you're definitely struggling big time for sure. But yeah, everyone stay safe. Always look for me. Debbie, I'll always look for you if you go missing. I won't give up on you.
I don't know how, I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, how would I disappear?
There's cameras everywhere.
I know.
Like, she was found everywhere.
I even if I wanted to disappear, I probably couldn't.
That's very true. That's very true. Well, I don't want you to disappear, Debbie.
Well, wish you well, Hannah.
All right.